Many of our tales told about those who affect the lives of our felons, either directly or indirectly. But we often forget that Bitcoin is home to more than just humans and dwarves, to wizards and warriors, to heroes and villains. We find ourselves at a familiar venue, a familiar time, Balance's 100th birthday. But we are not focusing on the end of the world, nor upon politics. No, for on this day we follow a more wholesome and simple adventure. Zelphar Dathradir's dogs just trying to get a snack. Will our canine friends get their treats, or will their bestial nature get the better of them? I guess we're about to find out, as we welcome our friends from Prison Pals, Nerds on a Roll, and Taking Initiative to the second side story of The Lucky Die.
We find ourselves on this wonderful evening in the realm of Beligbud, the elven capital. It's a rather calm and peaceful night, though you can hear festivities beginning to grow somewhere along the edge of the lake. It would appear that there is a party going on, and it seems like a fair amount of people have been invited. We find ourselves, as the camera zooms in, at a wonderfully elegant decorated tree, a very large tree on the shore of the lake itself. As we get closer, we see that there are people gathering on what would be the front property of this estate. There is a very grand, delicate designed wall going around the perimeter of this property. And there are elves milling about on the front. There are tables and chairs being set up. There is a rather nice-looking dance floor that has just been set out. And it seems that the festivities in proper fashion are about to begin. But that's not where our story today focuses. Instead, we see out back of the house, near the lake itself, along the wall, there is a well-constructed and well-insulated and protected kennel, where we see a very finely dressed elven man known as Zelphar Dathradir, who is currently carrying in both arms a very fluffy dog and a very, very tiny dog in both arms and bringing them out to the kennel. For description purposes, Sam, why don't you tell me, what is your dog name and what does your dog look like?
Oh, okay. So I was trying to think of a name, and the first thing that popped into my head was Bruiser, and then I realized that was Legally Blonde. And so let me pull.
Do it.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of,
Would I be allowed to curse if I'm from a family-friendly podcast?
That's entirely up to you. We are absolutely not.
Podcast.
Family-friendly is our not thing.
I have no intention of being family-friendly.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm going to be honest, I'm not. I can't contain myself.
Am I allowed to call myself Batman? I have a reason behind this.
Yeah, that one I'm leaving up to Volonda, because that is...
We do not need a reason. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
Okay.
Batman the dog.
Okay, so I need to ask you a question, Arch.
Yes.
Are these names that we know each other by, or are these names that Zelphar has called us?
These are your owner-given names by which you address each other.
Okay.
Okay, Zelphar, I'm going to need a reason why you called this dog Batman.
Obviously, you let your son name this dog when he was very young.
I was gonna say it's because Batman's like a butler, and Batman's always there.
Oh my god, Batman is a butler at your place. I'm writing this shit down. This is gold.
That's like a real thing, like a Batman.
Well, that'd be Wilfred, wouldn't it?
Alfred.
Alfred, that was
Alfred.
it. I don't know.
In the British Armed Forces is an officer's personal servant.
Okay, Batman is, I'm going to say, is a half-elf butler in your...
And also simultaneously the family Chihuahua.
Yes.
Yes, because your son had no idea what to call it. All right,
Clearly.
half-elf butler in Zelphar world.
Sam.
I can't believe I now have to write notes on this game.
Yep. Sam,
So
what
sorry,
does
Volonda.
your Chihuahua look like?
My Chihuahua. I don't know. How different do Chihuahuas look?
Oh, some of them are brown with like little white splotches. Some of them have like the little white mittens on their paws.
Little white mittens.
You could be like a little gray and brown Chihuahua. I've seen that.
Do you
No,
have deer head
it's-
chihuahuas, which are like longer snouts and don't look like tiny rats?
You could be one
No,
that's
th-
all
this-
like with the eyes all.
Batman
Oh,
looks like a tiny rat.
To be fair, this is a fantasy universe, so I mean, it's not that far fetched if you just say you are a very peculiar looking Chihuahua.
No, my Batman is literally just completely black, but has like really big ears.
That's adorable. Okay.
Yeah,
This whole
and
thing's
a
gonna
little
join ears.
scar on its
Oh,
cheek.
what happened to Pupper? Why is there
I don't know yet. I guess we'll find out.
All right, Iguafo.
You have to reach level 3 to unlock Batman's
Yeah.
backstory.
It's going to be dark and brooding.
Tier 3 patrons can unlock the Batman backstory.
Oh, please don't promise that.
No, absolutely not.
Neil, cut that out. Cut that out, Neil.
Cut that out, Neil.
Please.
All
put that
right,
there.
so we have Batman in one arm. And what is this other floofy poodle looking like? And name?
Her name is Eleganza.
Eleganza.
Sam rolled their eyes so hard, and I love it. Thank you, Sam.
From Batman to Eleganza.
And what does Eleganza look like?
Eleganza has dark fur. It basically looks like she is a poodle, and she is your typical poodle except with black fur, and her legs are shaved so it looks like she's wearing boots on her feet because that's where the fur is. And there is a great haircut. It looks like she's wearing a black vest because of how she's shaved, and there's like a puffball on the edge of her tail.
Poor
Just described a poodle in a
Eleganza.
suit.
This is amazing.
Poor
I like to imagine you got all gussied up for this special occasion.
Yeah, I did.
And you don't
now
even
they're
get to
putting
go to
me
it.
in the kennel like some cheap hunting dog.
Wow. So,
Wow, shots fired.
Zelphar, you have taken the house dogs and brought them out to the kennel. It's a special night. You can't have the dogs about while the guests are within and without the house.
Of course not.
And we see Zelphar bringing these dogs to the kennel itself. Zelphar unlocking the kennel gate, swinging it open, and placing the dogs within. Zelphar, is there anything you'd like to say to your doggos before you depart for tonight's festivities?
Yes, I have several things, but do I get to see the other two first? Because I want to know what they are.
Yes. As you place down the Chihuahua and the Poodle within the kennel, just for the night, of course,
Of course.
immediately greeting the two are the relatively newer hunting dogs that you've added to your repertoire. We have our German Shepherd. Would you like to introduce your doggo, Volonda?
My German Shepherd, she looks like your standard German Shepherd, like the warning, like approaching back gate, like this is a German Shepherd. She looks exactly like that, except like one ear is permanently like slightly like bent and downwards, like she can't prick the ear up properly. And her name is Bark.
Bark?
Bark?
Yes, Bark.
Bark. All right.
Not
All right.
I would like to disagree. That should be Borf.
For the record, Balance did not name that one.
Oh, maybe I should just call her Worf. No, I'm gonna call her Worf.
Woof.
Yep,
Worf.
fuck it. Her name is Worf.
Woof.
Or like
All right.
WOOF.
Yes,
Woof.
WOOF with an exclamation point at the end. Woof.
Okay, so there's an
Always.
exclamation. Got
Apparently,
it.
I let only children name my dogs.
That one was Pintor. That was definitely not me.
Well, no, Pinter isn't alive at this point.
Oh, fuck, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, that's a
Or
different
maybe he
child.
isn't, I don't know.
I just met.
The absolute first thing that happens when you come to the gate with these things is that Woof will just like come across and just like start licking your face. Like her paws will go up on your chest, carrying dogs or not, and start licking your face. She's the dumbest animal.
Oh.
And
Wolf
besides that, we have a Irish wolfhound approaching as well. Lauren, would you like to describe your doggo?
Yeah, I'm playing Dermot, the Irish wolfhound.
How the fuck do you spell that name?
Actually, I use the like super old Irish spelling of it, and I mean not super old. It's DIARMUID.
Well, I need that again.
Dar.
DIARMUID. Dermot.
Dermid.
Clearly, Zelphar named this one.
Yep.
I think
That's obviously Elvish.
Yeah, I think Dermod and Eleganza are the only two that Zelphar named.
I like the idea that every one of you, like in the family so far, has named one of these pets, and like Batman just looks so much like the half elf like servant called Batman. That's just the obvious name.
Well, it's clearly Batman.
I like it.
So Dermot is an old Irish wolfhound, which means he's huge compared to all these other dogs, I think, and has
German
like
Shepherds
really
are pretty big.
Oh yeah, German Shepherds are big. So he's like he's like taller and like longer than the German Shepherd, but the German Shepherd's more built.
Hedge.
So and he's got long, like shaggy black and gray fur, and like especially on his face, so it looks like a beard.
I like it. All right. So, Zelphar, this is what you are greeted by as you open the gate and place the two smaller pups inside.
Wolf, get back away from the gate. Wolf. You never listen. Where's my hound?
I know, just running in circles around the small dogs.
All right, you four. You're going to stay here and be good. I better not come back to find anything torn up, and especially not the little ones. Like all pet owners, I just assume they understand me.
Sagely nod.
Can we understand human or
yeah,
elf
can we
in this
understand
case?
human?
Yes. So here's the thing. In this game system, you understand human speech, and you can sort of mangle human speech through your mouth, maybe? That's literally how it's described, is you can sort of mangle human speech through your dog mouth, comma, maybe, question mark.
Good.
It's like those videos where people are telling their pets, I love you, and the animals respond
Yes.
back.
So, like, you can say I love you to Zelphar, but it's going to come out sounding like,
Oh, Woof is definitely doing that. Like just licking and nudging your leg.
As you put Eleganza or Ella down, Ella looks at you and goes, "Why would you put me here? My nails, look at my nails." And he's patting her two front feet, and you can see that her nails are actually painted blue.
Zelphar, what you are hearing is essentially, and then a bunch of thumping of paws.
Tippy taps.
Uh-huh.
Tippy taps, really.
Oh, love it. If you're all good tonight, I have a bag of special treats left for you.
Huh?
But you have to behave.
Oh.
Ella sits, but begrudgingly.
Oh, Ella.
All right. With that, Zelphar, you have plenty of other things to attend to tonight, I'm sure.
Of course, it's a birthday party for my son.
Indeed. With that, you lock the gates and depart. So, with that, Zelphar has departed and returned to tonight's festivities, leaving the four of you now near the gate to the kennel. There are other dogs within the kennel as well. However, you four are we'll say kind of the rambunctious ones in the family. The rest of them have, I don't want to say rolled over to the family, but they're a lot more obedient than the four of you tend to be.
So what I'm hearing is that we are the PDs and they're the NPDs.
I don't know what any of that means.
What?
Player doggos and non-player doggos.
Yes, player doggos and non-player doggos.
Sam once again has rolled their eyes at
You
me.
just need to make a compilation of how many times I roll my eyes at Russ.
2. Right, on it.
Got it.
For those of you playing along at home, place your bets now.
We'll keep a tally. I think so far I'm at 3.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go with 3. We'll go with 3.
There are several other dogs that are milling about within the kennel, some of them sleeping, some of them just lapping from the water bowls that are placed throughout this kennel. It's a pretty large space, considering it's roughly the size of like a double shed. There is one dog that seems to be sitting in a corner of this kennel, just looking at the four of you. Very big old mastiff that you know to be named Barley. And from what the four of you know of Barley, Barley doesn't talk to the other dogs that often. He generally tends to keep to himself. But he seems to be sitting there and he's looking at the four of you with a very deep, droopy scowls and everything, just staring at you all. What are the four of you doing now that you have your contained freedom?
I sorry, real quick, what's our goal here?
We're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
We have to meet our quest
Dogs
giver
don't
first.
normally have a goal.
Yeah, we gotta go to Barley with the light shining down upon him.
There is a
And
single
our
god
quest.
race.
No. You guys, you didn't listen properly. There are treats. We got to go get treats. He said there are treats. We're going to go get treats.
Yeah, but where are the treats, huh?
Oh, so Gibbs is here now.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with my Gibbs voice. Let's deal with it. It works for a chihuahua.
It does actually.
I'm sorry, did you say trees or treats?
Treats. We got to go get treats. There are treats.
I do like treats.
Oh, I just want to find a clean space to sit. Oh.
Where do you think the treats are? Treats will be inside. We should go get treats. If we're inside, then you'll be clean, right?
Ella pauses,
But
then thinks, then nods and says, inside would be good, yes.
how do we get inside?
Well, we just walk through the door.
There's a gate.
Oh. Normally and Ella just sort of starts pawing at the gate.
You paw at the gate and you just hear your nails doing that scritchy, scratchy sound against kind of like the chicken wire fencing. It's just
And now we wait and someone will open it for us.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Be quiet, Batman, you are an idiot.
Hey!
you hear from the corner, "Now, young ones, come here. You're not going to succeed that way."
I bound over to him.
I'm assuming that's Barley.
That is Barley.
All right, then Batman is also gonna trot over
And be like, well, what do you think we should do then, huh? Old wise one?
I have a plan, but it will require the four of you working together. I'm afraid I'm much too old to be up to the shenanigans that you young pups would be doing.
I would call this a shenanigan. Why am I in here?
Because there are things going on in the house. You will not be allowed back in for some time.
But they're treats.
Yes, there are treats. Many treats I have seen. There are more treats than have been told.
Where do we find the treats?
In due time, young wolf.
Woof.
That is what I said.
No, my name has like a oof at the end.
That is what I said. Wolf.
No. She just like puts her head down and just shakes it. Trying to flick her ears, but one of them doesn't move.
Darmud, have you joined the others with Barley?
Yeah. Dermot's just kind of... He's also old. Plodding over slowly.
You are old, but even you know, Barley has been in here for a long amount of time, which is unnatural for Mastiffs.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is like an English Mastiff, like the big fucking dogs.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Oh, I have a plan that will require the four of you to take on certain roles within a group. And the four of you should be able to get all of the treats. I just ask that you bring a few treats for me.
Sounds simple enough. What's the plan?
The treats are being kept within the house. In the kitchen, there is a large pantry with a hidden trapdoor on the floor. Beneath that trapdoor, there are treats galore. I did not mean to rhyme, but it makes me sound more sagely. So I'm sticking with it. You will need disguises first, otherwise the owners and their guests will find you very easily. The back door of the home, there. As soon as you walk in, there is a hat room. If you get into this hat room, you should be able to find suitable hats that will let you blend in with the guests. You will need to get these first. But you must be careful getting even there. There may be guests wandering about the grounds. But first, we must decide what the four of you are going to be doing. So, we are going to be determining what all of your roles are within the group. Let's go in order based on my screen. So, Lauren, you're going to go first. Roll a d6 for me, please.
Ready? Give me half a second here. Okay, 5.
A 5. You are the thief.
Perfect.
So make sure you mark that down. That is your role within the group. Anything that you need to roll that is in regards to thieving sorts, that is going to give you advantage.
Alrighty.
Advantage in this. Yes. Advantage in this game system is essentially you roll 2d6 and you get to choose which one you're using.
Cool.
All right. Volonda, roll me a d6.
5.
All right. 5. You are going to have to roll again because we cannot have overlapping.
We're going to have
5.
4 thieves.
6.
Okay. You are the face of the party.
Woof.
So you are the personality.
Oh no, guys, I'm so sorry already.
So
I'm the dumbest animal.
anything of that sort, you will have advantage. So interacting with people, being the face of the group.
Oh dear.
Sam, roll it up.
That's a 5.
Roll it again.
6.
Nope.
3.
3. You are the driver of the group.
The driver.
the driver.
What would I be driving?
Our dog car, obviously.
The Batmobile. We'll get there. But you are the driver. Make sure you mark it down. So anything of that sort, you are going to be at an advantage. God, that's amusing as fuck. The tiniest one is the driver. All right, so Russ, give me a roll.
That's a 4.
You are the hacker. So anytime you need to hack anything, you're going to be at an advantage.
Basically clawing through stuff. We can count that as hacking, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
This is actually going to be amusing because that means you guys, the two roles that we are not going to have in the party then are the muscle and the brains.
I'm glad I didn't get brains.
no.
I'm so happy I didn't get brains.
So that should be interesting.
No.
Very well, so I think the best way to do this is, Dermot, you can be the thief in the group. You have the patience of one, I presume. Wolf, you can be the face. You have a lot of personality, and I think that will carry over well.
Eleganza looks horrified at the fact that she was not given the face.
I look to her and I lick her.
Eleganza gives you a look of disgust.
Eleganza, you can be the hacker. I think it is only fitting. You seem to have a hidden potential within you for this. You just need to find it. And Batman, it is only suiting, I think, for some strange reason, that you be the driver. I think this is the best layout for all of you. Now, your first challenge is getting out of this kennel, and the rest is up to you. Good luck.
And he just lays down and curls up into a little doggo donut and goes sleepy.
A dog. Go donut.
Doggo donut.
Fantastic.
All right. So the four of you find yourselves in the kennel. There is the locked gate.
So this is not the first. Dermot's old, right? This is probably not the first treat heist he's been on.
Yeah, we
that
can
fair
say
to
you
say?
probably.
Okay. So Dermot goes over to like a pile of hay in the corner and like ruffles through it and pulls out like a deer stalker cap and flips it onto his head.
All right.
Right. Time to get down to business. He walks over and puts his paws up on the gate and flicks the hat forward, and like a bobby pin falls out into his mouth. And I'm gonna try and pick that lock because I'm the thief.
All right. So Lauren, roll for bad dog.
Roll for bad dog, and I'm the thief, so I get to roll 2 and choose 1, right?
Correct. You want to roll lower than your current bad dog stat.
And my current bad dog is 3, so I got a 1. And
So
my
you
other
succeeded.
one is a 3. So what happens if I get the same as my current bad dog stat?
Same or lower is what you're looking for.
Okay, and that shifts something in which direction? Sorry, I'm still trying to remember the rules to this. I know they're
So,
super basic, but
The way it works is if you succeed on a plan, then you take a point out of good boy and move it into bad dog.
okay.
So you should have a 2 in good boy and a 4 in bad dog now.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. All right. So yeah,
And-
I take the bobby pin and click the door open.
Yeah, you very definitely are able to take the bobby pin and using your very slow and well-tempered mouth are able to finagle it into the lock on the gate and with a...
I don't think anyone in the history of existence has described a mouth as slow and well-tempered until right now.
You're welcome, Internet. All right, so the gate is open before you. I assume you all are stepping out into the backyard.
Yes.
Ella reaches the edge of the kennel and looks at the dirt and is like, oh no, my paws.
There is a fair amount of well-kept grass.
But
Do you not like
there's
walking across
still
it? It's the greatest feeling having the
dirt.
grass under your toes. Pause.
But it'll mess
Pause.
up my paws and my nails and just...
How big is this poodle in comparison to me?
Like, I assume half your size.
Mhm.
Unless you're a full-size poodle.
Can I like wiggle myself underneath her and just lift her up? Like just stand up underneath her so her paws don't have to touch the ground.
Is Ella okay with this?
Yes, Ella is okay with being carried.
Okay.
Yes.
Then
I'm
you
in.
now have a poodle riding on your back.
Ella just lays there and says, yes, carry me to our destination of treats.
Well, listen, I'm going to make this really, really clear, right? If you don't get the treats, then I'm going to bring you back out here and roll you in mud. I'll make it
You
really, really
wouldn't, you brute.
clear. You have to find the treats. There's no other way.
Fine, I'll
agreement?
be the hacker, whatever that means.
Sweet. Let's go. And
So-
I bound off towards the back door. I'm just going.
The four of you stepping out into the backyard before, well, I guess while you're busy charging towards the back door. The yard before you is freshly kept grass. It is a very lovely and deep green. It looks like it has been cut fairly recently. So some of you might have green paws by the time you get inside. You can see that there are, off towards the lake itself, you can see that there is a small dock. There are currently no ferries there, unless Volonda is going to correct me on that.
We can say there's none.
All right. There are currently
At
no
the current
ferries at the dock itself. There doesn't appear to be anybody in the immediate vicinity. However, you can hear that there are people not too far off near the gardens to the south of you. And there is also what appears to be a small toy that Batman and Ella would be familiar with as a strange arcane contraption known as a magical vehicle is the term you think you've heard people refer to it as. It looks like a strange little wooden, almost like a cart, but when a child would be sitting in it, they would be able to essentially move it around with their fingers. That is currently sitting off to one side of the yard near the gardens. So it's not quite out in the open, but it is relatively nearby. There are a few small decorations that are scattered about. There are a few small beds of flowers that are in the area, but nothing quite as extravagant as the garden itself. You know the back door to be on the far back side of the treehouse. That's all I'm giving you guys right now. Currently, Wolf, I have to bounce when I say the fucking name now. Wolf.
Thank you.
Is currently bounding off with Ella on her back, charging towards where the back door is, leaving Darmud and Batman near the gate.
So we see this magical vehicle.
Yeah, vehicle is what you think you've heard of it called.
And Batman locks eyes on that and goes, "Ah, yes, my destiny." And and starts charging towards it.
All right. Dermot, what are you doing?
Dermid's like, wait up, young one. I shall accompany you, and begins his slow plod, which, given the size difference, is about the same pace.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Batman is full on throttle running towards this thing, and you're just kind of following along at your normal pace, essentially just keeping up alongside.
Yep.
So we will focus on the first two then, and then I'll get back to you guys. So Wolf and Ella, you very quickly reach the back door. I need... I'm going to say, because Ella, you're riding on Wolf's back. Wolf, roll me good boy.
Good boy. 6.
That is a failure. So in that case, take a point out of bad dog and move it into good boy.
Sweet.
As you are bounding along this backyard area, heading towards the back door, you see a servant swing the back door open, and you see this elf stick their head out and begin looking around as if they heard something. And you have to kind of like do that like behind legs skidding thing in the dirt to stop yourself from running into the elf. You have maybe a moment before the elf notices the two of you.
Can I convert this like sliding motion just to like slide past the door? So I like end up like really close to like the side of the tree, but actually just go past the elf, like just skid under its sight line just for the briefest of moments.
I will say you can certainly try.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say you're gonna need to roll. That sounds like a dog thing, so let's go. Let's go roll good boy.
Oh yeah. 4, I win.
That's exactly what you needed. So you very deftly are able to, using the momentum of your slide, skid underneath the sightline of this elf as they're looking outside the back door like, what the hell was that noise? And being a dog, you just kind of crouch low to the ground as you're skidding along and are able to slip right past and then quickly duck behind a tree root.
Yeah. I'm like laying as flat to the ground as I can, like ears pressed back apart from the one I can't move, and with the poodle on my back.
You are currently now hiding behind a tree root. After a moment, you hear the door close again.
That was very close, but we didn't get caught, so that's fine.
That was close. Right. So now we just got to sneak closer and see if it's gone.
There's a piece of dirt on my nail from when you slid. No.
Make that the first warning for disobeying me, and I will jump over the root and head towards the door. Slowly.
Sam looks very done with me.
While that is happening.
That's 4 eye rolls.
4. We're counting 4 now.
Yeah, I got it.
Batman and Darmud, you approach the arcane vehicle, and it is currently sitting dormant near the garden. Are you two attempting to be sneaky about this, or are you just approaching as is? You do know there are potentially people near the gardens.
Right, so we should be stealthy, which is difficult given Batman's nature.
I would say Batman is not focused on being stealthy, so I have a feeling... Is it Darmud?
Darmud, yeah.
Darmud, okay. Would have to stop that.
I think, Darmud, wait up, little one. We must approach with caution. And I kind of wanted to snap Batman up by the collar and go around the back, if that's all right, to approach with caution.
So
that is certainly fair.
We have 2 dogs being carried by other dogs.
Yes.
That's what happens when you get small dogs and big dogs in the same room. Inevitably, the big dogs just carry the small ones, right?
Especially when the 2 small dogs are just
so
terrible.
extra. So extra.
Is Batman allowing Darmud to pick him up?
Oh, absolutely not. Batman is squirming all around, trying to be put down.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Puts Batman back down. All right, fine. We'll do it your way, young one. And I guess we're just approaching as dogs.
All right.
No. If you think we should be sneaky about it, fine. We'll do that. Just don't touch me.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Try to keep up. And I'm going to go be sneaky.
All right. So I would like for both of you then to roll for Bad Dog, since you are attempting to be stealthy.
That's a 2. So I'm good, right?
Yep. You need to roll at or below your Bad Dog stat.
Does a thief give me mastery here? Or bonus?
I would say
advantage?
yes.
Okay. In which case, I got a 3 both times, so I failed.
Okay. In that case, you move a point from Bad Dog into Good Boy.
Okay, so I'm back at 3-3.
Okay. So, Batman, you are able to very easily just kind of crouch low to the ground. You're already really low, so like crouching low, you're basically blending in with the grass almost. and kind of just inch your way along, approaching the vehicle. Darmid, however, you've got some aching bones and joints, and trying to be sneaky is just very difficult for you at your current age. And you get very frustrated trying to move along and keep mumbling about your old bones. And for anybody who can actually hear you, it sounds more like...
This big old dog whining in the bushes, walking around in circles.
Essentially, anybody who could hear this would be thinking there's either a dying animal in the bushes or it's something very uncouth is occurring in that bush. Batman, you are able to successfully duck behind the vehicle and hide yourself. Darmid, however, you hear some voices coming from the garden, something along the lines of, "Did you hear that? That sounded like there was either a dying animal or something very inappropriate occurring over there. Do you think we should go check it out? Or maybe we should go tell Zelphar? Or, I don't know, maybe one of the servants?" And you can hear faint footsteps on the cobbled pathways within the garden approaching in your general direction.
Okay. Can I use my snoofer to detect like where they're going to be and try and avoid them so they can't see me?
I will say you can absolutely do so. Roll for good boy with advantage.
Rolling for good boy. Oh, I got a 6 and a 1. So I take the 1 because that's a success. And that means my good boy goes up and my bad dog goes down?
Other way around. Bad dog goes up,
around.
good
Bad
boy
dog
goes down.
Good boy goes down.
Yeah.
Cool.
When you succeed, you're becoming more and more of a bad dog. When you fail, you're becoming more and more of a good boy.
Okay. So yeah, I sniff the air with a, "Oh dear, I better find a place to hide."
There is a nearby tree root. You can see where, based on where you think they're going to come out, you should be able to duck behind and just kind of lay low, and they won't be able to see you.
Okay, I kind of just run and then, not run because I'm old, but I plod and then like crouch down behind it and do that little like dog thing where they get cozy.
Mm-hmm. You hear the voices approach closer. You hear them kind of debating like, "I thought I heard something over here. Maybe, probably just some tree animal or something. Whatever. Let's return to the festivities." Batman, you now find yourself alone with the vehicle.
So, how big is this vehicle?
It is roughly the size of Woof.
Roughly the size of Woof.
Woof.
Okay, so
Forgot the bounce, guys.
using non-magical. This is just a toy car, right?
I mean, if you want to make it simplified like that, Sam, then yeah.
I'm trying to understand what I can do here. Art.
This is a magical Barbie car, okay?
magical art. Oh, yes. Okay, is it pink?
No, it's made
Can
of
it
wood.
be pink with little purple flowers on it?
No, this is Elfland. Damn it, it's made of
painted.
wood.
Can it be painted
It could be
pink
painted.
with little flowers?
Yeah. It could be painted with like, it can be like natural, like rosewood kind of thing. And there's like engravings around the edge with like gold filigree and like pink and red roses painted everywhere.
Balance
and like
doesn't have a
there's like
sister. No.
thorns.
No.
And there's
No.
We
thorns
never
and stuff
implied that
all over the
Balance had a
place.
sister.
And there's like ivy everywhere. And maybe they were hoping for a girl and ended up, I don't know. Was it whatever?
Wow.
It's beautifully painted and wonderful. Like your dad's using you as a pawn. I don't really know why you're worried. And yeah, it could be beautiful and amazing.
Or maybe it was just a really
Okay.
bad re-gift.
Could be. Sure, if you want it to be pink, it's pink with flowers and vines.
I know what it is. It's oh my god, what the hell is your aunt called? It's Glingaris original like little toy. So
From
they
when
fitted
she
it
was
down
young.
through the line. Yeah, which she used as a child, and they've passed it on to you.
Holy shit. All right, there we go.
Yes.
Make sure to write
We
that
went
down.
pink.
That is canon.
This is all canon.
Do you know what? I'm going to listen to the episode afterwards and write all my notes. I'm running out of room on my very limited piece of paper.
That's fair. So that is what you see, Batman.
Yes, I am gonna hop into the Barbie car.
All right.
And did I see where
Darmud.
Darmid went?
Uh,
It's like
Yeah.
Dermot, but Darmid.
Dermot.
Yeah, you can see Darmud is maybe 15 feet away, hiding behind a tree root. To you, it's like, I can see you. You're right there. To the elf people that were just there but walked away, like, apparently he was hidden from them, but it's plain to see he's right there.
Okay, so since the people are away, the dogs will play. And so and so Batman, I'm guessing, is able to drive this Barbie car. Or
you try to operate this vehicle. However, it seems like it's not currently powered on or activated. It doesn't seem like it is currently in operation.
is there a button or a pedal or a little windy thing?
There is what looks to be a small plank of wood on the bottom that has some sort of function.
Okay, I'm gonna hop down onto that plank of wood.
All right. Roll for Bad Dog with advantage since you are a driver.
That was a 6. And that was a 4.
My real question is Batman big enough to touch the pedals and steer?
See, that's what I'm thinking, is that Batman is hopping on the pedal and it goes, but he can't see anything, so it just kind of like swivels everywhere.
What is your Bad Dog stat?
It's still 3, so I failed, right? Because it went over.
You failed, yeah. Okay, so in that case, take a point out of Bad Dog and move it into Good Boy. For the listeners, it's BOI, not BOY. Very important clarification. So you hop down on this wood plank that's on the bottom of this vehicle, and you hear like what sounds like some sort of clicking noise, but nothing seems to happen.
I'm just gonna keep jumping on it over and over again, just frustrated. Like, I'll work, you stupid thing. You gotta get this car. Car is not a car.
Vehicle.
You gotta get this vehicle moving. Come on, I'm the driver, I'm supposed to do this.
Darmid, you hear what sounds like very quiet, disgruntled grumblings coming from a tiny dog from the vehicle. And you hear slight clickings coming, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. While that's happening, Wolf and Ella, you find yourself... Wolf and Ella, you find yourselves near the back door, hiding just behind a big tree root.
All right, we're going to sneak in real sneaky. And then, like, she's going to do that, like, thing where the dogs are laying really low to the ground, but they move really quickly. Like, almost pointing, like... And then I'm going to put my ear to the door. Mm-hmm. I want to see if I can hear anything or smell anything coming our way.
All right, roll for Good Boy.
5, and my score is a 4.
That's a failure. So you move a point out of Bad Dog and into Good Boy.
Just too good.
What is your current Good Boy?
5.
Okay. I'm going to mention this now. There are 2 aspects of this game that are very important. One is if you hit 6 in a stat, that is considered the equivalent of dead. You basically end up removing yourself from the game because you either become full-on Good Boy and no longer wish to participate in a life of Bad Dog, or you go full-on Bad Dog and betray the rest of the party in some horrible way. The other thing is that there are ways to voluntarily move those points. You can voluntarily move 1 point from Good Boy to Bad Dog by doing a flashback scene in which you and the other dogs plan out the heist over, and it says here, over coffee and cigarettes. We're going to go ahead and not do that, except maybe the coffee.
And a treat.
Yeah, over a bowl of water and a treat.
Yep.
Bowl of water and kibbles.
Yeah.
The other is you can voluntarily move 1 point of Bad Dog into Good Boy by eating treats.
But we don't have the treats yet.
You don't. You might be able to find some additional treats.
I don't want to eat treats.
Secret
right now.
treats.
It will make me a very good boy, and I don't want to be a good boy.
You could move a point from good boy to bad dog by doing a flashback scene, which is entirely on you to describe this flashback scene and what transpires.
How bad of a bad boy? Sorry, how bad of a bad dog do I need to be in a flashback?
Well, it's not that you're being a bad dog. It's that you're doing a flashback scene of you and the others planning out the heist. So basically, you flash back to 2 minutes ago when you were in the kennel.
All right, let's do it because I don't want to be a good boy yet.
All right, so we have a transitional.
Yep.
And we flash back to 2 minutes ago where Barley is
Explaining to you young ones what you need to do in order to get the treats.
And Ella, you're the only one to witness this flashback as you are currently with Woof. And after the flashback finishes, Woof, you are able to voluntarily move 1 point from bad dog to, or from good boy to bad dog.
In the flashback, I am sitting on my butt and I'm like twitching the one ear that I can. I'm like, I've got an idea. What's gonna happen? Because I'm like the face of this because I look adorable. Well, I look like me and that's very cool. And what happens is I should act as the guard dog. So make sure that nobody busts in on us when we're going into the larder. Is that a good plan? Are we good for a plan? I like the plan. That's my flashback.
That's the flashback. And you can move a point if you would like.
Whoop, whoop. Yes, I do.
All right. So you move 1 point from bad dog, or from good boy to bad dog.
Sweet.
All right.
Right.
So you, after listening in at the door and trying to give a good sniff, you're not able to get anything from it. You don't hear anything beyond, you don't smell anything beyond the foods that are currently being prepared for the festivities. Seems to be overloading your senses.
If that's the information I get, I'm going with it, so I'm just going to nudge the door open with my nose.
You try to nudge the door, but it seems the door swings outward.
Oh.
I look at Woof and go, you have to aim lower. There's a doggy door.
Oh, right, yeah. I put my nose through the doggy door.
There is indeed a doggy door. It is half your size, because it is essentially made for the smaller dogs that live in the house.
Ella,
stick your head.
Ella.
What?
Ella. You should go in there, open the door for me.
Okay, but is there like a porch to stand on, or is it just straight into the dirt?
It's a small set of stairs that go up along the wood. It's basically like built into the tree.
Cool. I will hop.
There's a small thing of stairs up to it.
I will hop onto the wood. I have no problem with that.
All right.
And
you hop down and slip in.
I would like to peek through the door first.
Okay. Sticking your head in ever so slightly and looking around, you see the familiar back hallway. Off to your right side, you can see that there is another curving hallway that goes around the edge of the tree that goes towards where the dining hall is. All along this hallway, you know, is where all of the servants' quarters are. There's a door on your left where you know to be a family armory. Occasionally, Zelphar has taken you in there, but generally it's a lot of scary stuff, so you don't like going in there that much. And straight ahead, you can see there's currently a closed set of double doors that leads to what you know to be the fancy room. You've never really heard what the actual proper term is. It's a big open room. There's a dance floor, a lot of tables set up all around the dance floor. One might call it a ballroom if one were an elf.
Ball.
Maybe that's why they never called it that name around you.
So the moment Ella sees all of this and that there's no one standing around, she walks in and then just with a single paw, like back paw, just kicks the door open very gently without even looking at it.
Roll for good boy.
And I don't have advantage for anything on this. Unless this is hacker. That is a 1.
If you can argue how you are hacking the door.
Once you open it, you just say, I'm in.
I rolled a 1 anyways without the advantage.
So you
back
succeed.
door and you're in.
But I do
Perfect.
say, as the door opens, I'm in.
As soon as there's like a tiny crack in the door enough to put my nose in, I'm through the door, like boof, charge in.
You are through the door. You are in the hallway now. Flashback back over to Batman and Darmud. Darmud, what are you doing? You're hearing some ineligible muttering and grumbling coming from a tiny dog inside of a vehicle.
I'm gonna go up to the vehicle. Batman, how do we get it started?
I think you have to press this wooden pedal thing, but it's not working.
And he's just still hopping.
So it's like a tiny Barbie car, right?
It's not super tiny, but like you could probably sit your butt on it. It'd be kind of an awkward sit, but you could probably fit.
Is there like a button to turn it on or something? It's that one that the Batman's jumping up and down on, right?
Yeah. There's there's the wooden pedal, we'll call it. That's on the bottom that Batman is currently hopping up and down on. Beyond that, there is what appears to be a circular piece of wood that's currently flush against a panel.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you see.
I'm going to start looking for like an on button to press.
Roll for bad dog.
Or something like that. Yeah, bad dog. Okay, just get the 1 on this because I don't think anything else here applies. I got a 2, so that's a success.
Okay, so on a success, and Ella, I forgot this goes for you as well since you succeeded.
Yes, I already switched my stats over.
Thank you.
That brings me back to 3-3 again.
Yeah, since you succeeded, that means you are moving a point from good boy to bad dog.
Oh, right. And I succeeded on the last one. So actually, I am now
5-1.
Yes. 5-1.
5 in bad dog?
Yes.
I believe. Yes, yeah.
Or do you only add it back over when it's like...
I've succeeded on 3 and failed 1.
Yes, so you'd be at 5-1.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 in good boy, 5 in bad dog. And if that 1 goes to a 0, that's when I'm out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is, if you go full bad dog, then you betray the rest of the party.
We're about to have 2 traitors on our hands.
I'm a good boy.
And the only way to voluntarily move a point out of bad dog into good boy is by eating a treat.
Eating treats. Or I can fail. So I need to start doing good boy stuff to fail.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, so being that you did succeed on this, you kind of start idly thumping your paws on different parts of the panel, being like, there's got to be something here that'll do this.
Big idiot dog just...
Yeah, Batman, you're feeling the vehicle, like the vehicle jerk with each like thump.
It's
And
moving,
after
it's
a
moving.
moment- After a moment, Darmid, your big meaty paw slams onto the actual disc itself in the center, and you see a strange arcane glow.
Ooh.
And Batman, you hop down on this panel, and suddenly, you start taking off at what to you is a pretty fast speed. To normal people, it's like you're going about maybe, I don't know, a little faster than jogging.
Woohoo!
Batman,
Yeah, I knew it.
you can't see anything,
But it's moving.
but you're moving. Darmid.
Yeah, I am gonna hop off the pedal.
All right, you immediately stop.
And then I like poke my head up to where I can see. I was like,
I knew I could do it. Ha!
Good job, little one. Now what?
Where did the other 2 go?
Inside the house, I believe.
Okay, let's go over there. Hop in.
Darmid hops his giant dog body that is probably bigger than this car in the back and just sits daintily as he can.
So we have the Chihuahua working the pedals and Darwin steering.
Is that how this is working?
I
don't-
think what's gonna happen is that Darmud should work the pedal, and Batman should be like on Darmud's head by like where the wheel is.
So Darmud's like he's just like standing in the car, like head down, like beneath the steering wheel, so that Batman can drive, and he's totally blind, just like ass up in the air, pushing down on the pedal to try and make it go.
Using your tail as like a rudder.
Yes.
All right. So we have this very comical scene as the two of you in your new vehicle take off towards the back door. Wolf and Ella, you find yourselves inside the house, and behind you, you hear what sounds like...
What in the world is that?
I don't know, but maybe we should get the hat.
Where are the hats again? They were...
The immediately on your right, into the main or into the servants' quarters. The first door on your right is where the hat room is.
Okay. Let's go get hats.
Let's go. And like, I basically just run over the top of the poodle. I'm going there like full throttle. Everything this wolf does is full throttle.
Oh no. As you run over Ella.
If anything, like my tail accidentally like smacks the side of your head from side to side on occasion, like I'm off.
Ella sort of turns her head with that and then just struts towards the door.
You start following Wolf strutting around the corner, and from behind you hear this sound getting louder and louder, and you see a very weird sight of a dog ass sticking up in the air on top of this weird wooden contraption that's currently coming at you guys at a fairly quick speed towards the steps.
Oh no, he's been eaten by a box. No. I just skid round. I gotta run back towards it.
As a vehicle, okay? But we should move. And I move out of the way.
I'm moving so fast, it's like the thing where it's very difficult for big dogs to stop quickly.
You're doing
So I'm gonna like skid to a halt again and like turn around and start running back up the corridor towards the hat room.
It's a hardwood floor, so it's like that as your claws are like skidding along. Batman, what are you doing?
So we're getting closer and closer to this, right?
Yeah, you can see the back door like straight ahead of you guys, and you're like approaching at full speed.
So now I have like my front paws on the wheel, and with one of my back paws, I just start like stomping on Darmud's head. Just being stop.
Stop? Which one's stop?
Just let go.
Oh. Pulls paw off. Lifts head up. Are we there?
Darmud, I'm gonna need you to roll roll for good boy.
Right,
You have to fail, otherwise you're a bad boy.
Well, I got a 2. That fails because it's higher than 1.
Yep. So you move a point from bad dog into good boy.
Yeah.
However, you did fail. So, Batman, you're doing like that back leg thump thing that dogs do onto Darmud's head. Darmud's just very slow to react, though. He's just kind of, I'm just the youngins these days, and doesn't get his paw off of the pedal just quite in time. And the vehicle hits the steps and does a bound up into the air and goes flying through the doorway. Ella and Wolf, you barely move out of the way back around the corner as you see this vehicle come flying through the air and then skid onto the floor and then start doing that sideways skid turn.
Coming through.
Watch out.
As soon as are they going to pass where we've ducked into to go into this like hat place?
They've skidded essentially like right at the intersection. So they're like right in front of you guys.
I'm just going to bound over and start like licking them, like licking the chihuahua to make sure she's like, that they're still there. And then like start licking Gemma. I was like, you guys, that was cool. We need to get you out of the box because you're going to meal with the box and you look like a box. Get out of the box. Or is the box eating you? Do we have to attack the box?
Excuse me. This is my vehicle. I'm not going anywhere without it.
You could just see like the dog, like you could just see Wolf just like looking from like side to side, like I don't understand, but it's fine. And I will help nudge them into the room, like just help turn them around with my nose and just push them forward.
All right, so the four of you quickly approach what you know to be the hat room. The door is slightly ajar. You can see there is a magical elf light within. And there are a large assortment of hats that are currently on a bunch of hat racks. So we're going to go in reverse order and see what hat all of you get. Starting with Ella. Roll a D8. I forgot. This is the only thing that requires a D8. If you do not have a D8, I can get one for you.
That is a 3.
A 3. You are wearing a bowler hat.
Oh.
I will let you decide what color the hat is.
It's purple and she's not wearing it. It is placed on her tail.
That's adorable.
That's amazing.
All right.
Because she's not messing up her hair.
Purple bowler hat sitting on your tail. All right. Batman. Roll a D8. And for the hats, you can have overlapping.
That's 4.
4. You are wearing a flat cap. What color is it?
I think that it's yellow.
A yellow flat cap. All right. So we got Batman wearing a yellow flat cap. It's probably a little bit too big for you. So it's kind of like drooping over.
But he has really big ears, so it probably fits on like one ear, you know?
Yeah.
And just kind of like hangs off of it.
I love it. Woof. Roll a D8.
That's me. 2.
2. You're wearing a top hat.
Fuck yeah. I'm a German Shepherd in a top hat. It's black. It has a little red ribbon around it, and the bow is white.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And finally, Darmid.
I got a 5.
5. You're wearing a cowboy hat.
Fuck yeah!
Perfect.
On top of the other hat you already had.
Yes. The cowboy hat goes on top of the deerstalker cap.
Yep.
Right. I think we will look the part now. We're looking stylish.
You are looking in proper elf fashion.
Proper elf fashion is cowboy hats and bowlers.
Our
Yes.
disguises are impenetrable.
I'm sorry, I love the idea of Zelphar Dathradir wearing like
A cowboy hat.
a cowboy hat. What colour's the cowboy hat? Come on.
I'm actually trying to look for a good one, and I think I found a bright pink one, but also I found one that is just straight up like painted like the American flag. And like what is the equivalent of like Southern pride
man.
A white cowboy hat.
iconography? It's just white, just pure white cowboy hat.
Pure white cowboy hat with maybe like one cloth going around it that's like a leopard pattern or some stupid like that.
Oh God, yes, yeah. Mhm. No,
Sorry,
that's awful.
It's the essential
that's terrible.
It's the essential hat, but with the leather, like with the leopard print thing tied around it. That cannot be like the official like thing of like the old school elves. I have to draw a line at the leopard print, but if it's an
Fair.
additional like scarf, I'm in.
This is his wedding hat.
It's just a pure white cowboy hat then, and it has like an ascot tied around the base of it that's
Fucking perfect.
like freaking, I want to say like bright orange. It's just gaudy and it looks terrible.
Oh, it should be like bright purple background with rings of bright like neon green, and the inside is like bright purple.
yeah,
yeah.
yes, sure.
Yes.
That's
My
good.
brain
sounds
hurts
gorgeous and
imagining
horrible.
this because it's so ugly.
It's so ugly. It's hideous.
I love this.
And the hat is like leather. Leather, like, and not like oh nice like tanned leather. It's like snake leather or something gaudy.
Oh my god, it should totally be snake.
It's snake leather, and then
He
you got
turns up on his wedding day, and like the wife's like, no.
Once
This is
again,
not okay.
Sam is not about this.
This is
Nope.
perfect.
All right, so
I need fan art of this hat, I have to say. If nothing else, just this hat.
please.
Beg you.
So now the four of you, properly disguised, find yourselves in the servants' quarters. There is the current hallway that you're in curves around. Ella and Batman, you would know that this hallway curves around and heads towards the dining hall, which you know is probably the closest connection to the kitchen. The other way would be to go through the room of festivities that does not have the B word in it. That you could go through there and into the main foyer and then get to the kitchen from there. But there's more of a chance you might be spotted. But that might not be as big a problem since you have your disguises.
Where do we go? Where do we go? You two little ones know where we're going.
Lead the way,
Partner.
partner. Giddy up.
God. Okay, so let me get this straight. We can go through like a hallway of people, like through the actual party.
Well, currently the festivities are outside, so there's less chance there will be people,
Okay.
but still a chance that you might be spotted. But you do have disguises.
Well, Batman is feeling very confident with his flat cap now.
Mm.
And is just gonna stand straight and start going that way.
Towards the room with the B word in the beginning.
The room that we don't know what the name is because they never say it around us.
That room.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Are you all hopping in the vehicle to do this?
Oh, absolutely not. Ella is walking.
Oh.
Ella is strutting.
I have to work the pedals, so yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, instead of like prancing, Batman just kind of like motions for
Darmid.
Darmid.
It's fine. It's fine. Pronounce it however the hell you want.
Darmid. Motions for Darmid to get into the vehicle and waits patiently and then hops on his head.
And you're now nestled in between the little valley in the top of the cowboy hat.
I am!
It's a good look. It's a good look. So I stick my head back down there and
Onward,
take off.
noble steed.
Is Wolf joining in the vehicle?
As soon as it starts going, I'm like, what's this? I want to try and run and jump on the back of this thing.
Okay, roll for good boy.
Oh, God.
All right, my good boy is actually, I'm just going to roll and tell you what I got. And you tell me what the fuck to do with it.
All right.
I rolled a 4, so now what do I do?
Is that a failure or a success?
It's a success.
That's a success. Okay, so since you succeeded, you remove a point from good boy and move it into bad dog. Since your plan succeeded.
Fuck yeah.
So, Wolf, you see this vehicle moving, taking off down the hallway, and you're like, that looks fun. I want to join. You pounce, and then you land right next to where Darmid's ass is sticking up in the air. And
Oh, I was just going to land on him. Like,
sure.
if he's filling up this like dog, if he's filling up this vehicle, then I just want to land on top of him. I just thought it'd be funny.
You land on Darmid's rump, and Darmid, your back legs kind of like whoop, and you essentially are now like awkwardly laying down on the vehicle with a German Shepherd now riding on top of you.
I have like my tongue is just all the way out, just like, it's like this is the most amazing thing. Like one ear is twitching like hell, and the other one's just like trying to twitch.
You might say we're dogpiling on Darmid.
You might say that.
Thank
you might,
you,
but you
Sam.
shouldn't.
I think I
really,
should.
I really hope someone would pick that up.
And Ella is just prancing along behind as the vehicle takes off towards the ballroom. You take off down the hallway, and the double door that's ahead of you swings open as a servant comes through carrying a tray of what looks like eaten foods and whatnot. Looks like they are essentially taking it out back to a compost pile because elves are nothing if not conservative.
Well, goodbye to this elf.
The servant sees the vehicle streaming forward with these weird people? Question mark. And Batman, are you trying to avoid this person, or are you just going head on?
No, I'm gonna try to perhaps intimidate this person to get them to run out of our way. Just by, I don't want to bark, because obviously we're elves, not dogs.
Right.
So,
Grow away!
yeah. I was thinking either that or just screaming.
Can
It's
I
up to
put
you.
my head up? Can I put my head up just above them, so that you could just see the German Shepherd's head just above where this Chihuahua is to help them out?
Well, if it's an intimidation, then Batman already has advantage.
Yeah, I already have.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it's Batman.
Because it's clearly
Because Batman is a Chihuahua. So if you are, how are you doing this? You're
I'm screaming.
okay.
Just straight
roll-
up screaming.
Roll for good boy with advantage. Because to their ears, it sounds like you're essentially like howling.
That was a 6, so I failed that. Oh wait, no, I get advantage. Right. What happens if it matches? It's good, right?
If it matches, you succeed.
Yes, okay, then I succeed.
Okay, you succeed. So move a point from good boy into bad dog.
Yay.
So you start by your reckoning screaming. To them, it sounds like howling. And this elf's like, ah, 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 and then like dives out of the way, the tray of half-eaten foods flying up in the air, plates twirling. And you zip by as this elf is like sitting on their ass in the hallway, like, what? What was that? What? Oh, these party guests are very rowdy tonight.
As we just continue off, just adding to this rowdiness.
So,
And you
wait.
go flying into the ballroom.
So Ella, trailing behind them,
Yep.
steps around the spilled stuff and turns her head very slowly towards the elf, and it's like slow motion and everything, and just gives a slow wink and then walks into the B room.
Okay, this servant is thoroughly confused and just kind of manages to mumble like, have a good party. And then you can hear the elf scrambling behind, trying to clean up some stuff. You find the four of you within the ballroom. There is currently a bunch of smaller round tables that are scattered throughout, where it looks like the guests that are not of great importance were dining. Your best guess is the dining room itself is where all of the very important people were. There are currently a few servants going about their business of cleaning everything up. And the four of you hear a strange voice come from one of the tables, just beneath it. And poking out from underneath the tablecloth, you see a furry black head with a white mustache, a cat that the two inside doggos would know to be Mr. Mittens. And you just hear, "Rrr. What are you doing back in here?"
Ugh,
Oh,
of course you'd be here.
come
How
now.
about you just mind your business and pretend you never saw us?
I can't do that. I thought you were all outside, so I could have all this delicious food to myself. Oh, this is not acceptable, you darn dogs. Ugh.
Oh, come now, Mr. Mittens. There's no need to be catty. You can just let us pass through.
Everyone gets one.
Come,
Was
don't we
that
look...
supposed to be a joke?
Oh, no, I meant nothing rude about it. I just merely meant that, look at us. And I sort of do a little twirl, with my coat and my tail with its bowler hat, and I say, "Don't we look fine dressed up for the party?"
Roll for bad dog with advantage, since you are playing the vanity part.
That is a 3, and my bad dog is currently 4.
So you succeeded. Yes, you do look very fancy, I suppose. You look proper for this ball. Even still, get out. This is my food.
Okay, how about this? All we need to do is get to the kitchen pantry and into this trap door. And once we do that, we'll be out of your fur. So just help us out, and then we'll be gone.
Why are you getting into the pantry?
Treats. It's a big pile of treats there.
Treats, you say?
But dog treats, you wouldn't like them.
No, you have all this lovely food. We're just looking for treats.
You see Mr. Mittens looking very intrigued for a moment, and then you hear just some soft purring. Very well. Shall we then? I'm eager to join you. And without even waiting for a response, Mr. Mittens just starts striding across the ballroom floor, tail straight up in the air so that his butthole is clearly aimed at you.
I don't trust it. It's small and furry. I don't trust it. I mean, you're small and furry, but you're different. You're a dog. It's a cat. I don't trust it.
Ella looks at you and says, very quietly, "Mr. Mittens is a little bitch, so don't listen to him. He'll betray us the first chance he gets."
Shall I just bat him on the nose and he'll run away?
No, because then he'll tell on
No.
us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who's going to tell?
Okay.
We can go bat him and he can make a distraction. In fact, I could bat him and you can intimidate him not to tell anyone. I don't trust him. It's small. It's furry. It's a cat.
Here's the thing. There's a thing in the kitchen that makes water. And Mr. Mittens hates water.
I love water. Water's good.
If we can splash him, he'll probably leave us alone.
You could cover me in water and then I could just shake my fur and he'll run away.
That's a great plan.
It's a great plan. Where's the kitchen? I'm like so hyperactive and like running around in circles where I am, like running around the cart and running like around Ella. I'm just going crazy. The idea of being covered in water making this cat run away.
Your excitement is actually like infectious, and like Ella's getting excited now, is now patting her paws because she's like, "I can finally get our revenge on Mr. Mittens. This will be great. Let's do this."
All right, let's do it. Where's the kitchen? Point me at the kitchen.
Well, currently Mr. Mittens is heading in that direction with you guys.
I bowl over the top of the cat. Like, just go.
Stupid dog. Let's go this way.
Put just enough gas on the pedal so that we don't like run Mr. Mittens over, but we're like tailgating Mr. Mittens.
Hey.
But everyone gets one. That's yours.
There it is.
I'll
There
take
it
it. It
is.
was unintentional.
It was amazing.
So the four of you make your way along with Mr. Mittens into the main foyer. There are currently no people here. Looks like the servants are staying away from this area. And Mr. Mittens is heading towards a door on your right that leads to the kitchen itself. There are a double set of stairs on either side of the room that seem to be leading back up towards a second floor. But Mr. Mittens is heading straight towards that kitchen door. And as you are approaching the door, you see Mr. Mittens take a paw, reach up, and smack a little bell on his collar. And you just hear a little ding-a-ling-a-ling. And from the ceiling, you see 3 cats drop down onto the floor in front of you. There is a cat on the left with gray and black striped fur with piercing green eyes that seems to be wearing some sort of strange leather outfit that has what looks like a kitchen knife awkwardly clutched in one of its mouth sideways, and it's giving you like that cat growl.
Show me what you have.
The one
Knife. Sorry.
The one in the middle appears to be wearing what looks like plates, literal plates, made of porcelain, strapped onto its chest on top of its head. And it seems to be similarly wielding a kitchen knife, but a bigger one in its mouth. And this one is also growling. And then the third one on the right is a pure white, fluffy-looking cat with yellow eyes that is wearing a blue pointy hat that doesn't seem to be particularly fond of wearing, and is wearing what looks like a bluish cloak bandana. And in its mouth, it has what looks like just a stick. And all three of them are growling at you. And Mr. Mittens turns around and says, "You've fallen for my trap. Prepare to be caught, dogs." What are you doing?
I'm gonna go eat the. I'm gonna eat the one with the hat.
The white one.
Eat it? Dear Lord.
Wow.
Just straight up crunch.
Okay, I'll rephrase it. I basically want to, like, German Shepherd's mouths are freaking huge. I want to basically put its entire head in my mouth but not eat it. Like, I just want to pick it up off the ground by the head.
Okay.
Just like shake it.
Roll for good boy with advantage since you are a guard dog.
I am a guard dog. Wolf dog. Oh, a 1. So...
That I would assume is a success.
Yes, it is. So I go down to 2. Yeah?
So since you succeeded, you move a point from good boy into bad dog.
Sweet.
So you run over to this white furry kitten or furry cat before they can do anything and just take your mouth and just pick up the cat in your mouth.
Yeah, I then just turn around and like look at my companions like really proud of myself. I might even sit down.
Ella just nods and says, "Good girl."
And then Batman is gonna just stomp on Darmud's head again and say,
All right, D, let's show him what we're made of.
And Darmid just puts his paw all the way down on the gas so that we ram probably the nearest cat. Yippee-ki-yay!
You're supposed to say motherfuckers at the end of that.
All right.
That's true.
I'm going to say Batman since you're steering.
Oh my god.
This is the best game ever. Best game. Best boys.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Batman, roll me bad dog with advantage since you are a driver.
and that was a 2, so that succeeds.
All right, move a point from good boy into bad dog. And you, holding onto the steering wheel as Darmid floors it, you deftly steer this vehicle straight on at the nearest cat, the one with the literal plates on its chest and head, and you smash into it with your vehicle, and you hear a bunch of china shattering as the plates on the cat explode into shards, and the cat goes flying off to the side and lands perfectly on his feet. And just seems to shake it off like, and then just stomps off in a huff. You have removed two cats from the situation, essentially.
Ella just lays down and makes the biggest puppy dog eyes at one of the remaining cats that isn't Mr. Mittens and says, "You wouldn't want to hurt little old me now, would you?"
Sarah McLachlan starts playing.
In the arms of the angel. Oh, God, no. All right, roll for me, good boy with advantage.
That was a 2 and a 2, and my current good boy is a 1, so that's a failure.
Okay, that's a good thing in your case.
Yes.
So you move a point from bad dog into good boy. However, you failed. So the cat with the weird leather attire and the knife in its mouth looks down at you, lets out a growl, and leaps at you and starts like cutting away at your fur and ends up cutting off a big hunk of fur off the top of your head.
Ella just gasps and then looks at this cat and says, "Two can play at that game," and leans down and bites her side and pulls out this enormous pair of garden shears. I use this to trim my fur today.
You know, it's just stupid enough. Sure.
And is going to slice off some of this cat's whiskers.
Ooh, that's dirty. All right. Roll for bad dog.
That is a 3. And my current bad dog is a 4.
So you succeeded. So move a point from good boy into bad dog.
I'm back to 1 and 5.
So you take these shears and quickly snip off the whiskers of the cat, and the cat freaks out like, "Rah! Rah! Rah!" and starts like freaking out, like not sure how to handle this. And Mr. Mittens is just like, "Oh, what are you doing? Get him!" And you see Mr.
Wolf's mouth.
No, the white fur one was the one that Wolf picked up.
Okay.
Mr. Mittens is currently ahead of you all.
Right.
And you see Mr. Mittens start running towards the stairs that go to the second floor. What are you guys doing?
Something's
You guys can
running
chime
for
in
me.
and do anything.
I'm going to chase it.
Can I chase it with this other cat in my mouth?
Yeah, if you both want to chase after Mr. Mittens, sure.
Of course. I feel like I have a thing going with Ella. This is hilarious.
Wait, hop on.
Upstairs?
We went upstairs once with that car.
Did we?
That's true. We can do it again.
I think I might just be overexcited. I don't think she has the facilities to think, or the faculties to think that getting in the cart would be a good idea.
Ella and Wolf are on the same page. So, like, Ella's ready to go.
Too excited. Yeah, we're too excited. We're going off after Mittens.
Okay. Are Batman and Darmid going after Mittens as well? Or no?
I think Darmid like leans his head up, just, "Woof, Ella, remember why we've come here." But it's falling on deaf ears, I think.
Yes.
Oh, bother. Goes back under and starts hitting the gas.
Are you heading towards the kitchen, or are you trying to hit
That's
this?
up to Batman. I don't steer.
You know what? I don't care about them. I care about the treats.
We're causing a very
Batman's head's in
pivotal
the right spot.
distraction.
So yeah, we're going to the kitchen.
This is the second
Okay.
time we've split the party.
Yeah, we're team distraction. We've got this. We
So-
infiltrated, now we're distracting. It's perfect.
So Woof and Ella, you both go bounding off after Mr. Mittens, who's currently running up the stairs to the second floor. Simultaneously, Darmid, you floor it on the vehicle, and Batman, you start steering directly towards the kitchen door and are very easily able to slam into the door, and the door just swings open. And inside, there are several servants that are currently cleaning up. There are remnants of food that are being piled aside for the compost heap. And they all turn and look at you. What are you doing? To give a floor layout, straight ahead of you in the middle, there is a giant, like, chef's island where there are a bunch of platters. There are some contained fires for cooking. There are several counters and cabinets along the left-hand side, curving around the edge of this room. On your immediate right-hand side, there is what appears to be a door to some sort of closet storage area, perhaps.
So how many people are in there?
There's quite a few servants in here, probably like 10 or so.
Because right now I'm just thinking that Darmud can't see what's going on.
No.
And they already crashed in going like full speed.
Uh-huh.
So is there really a point in stopping? If I can just scream again and try to get them all out of there.
I have an idea if we do stop.
Well, I mean, you're the one in charge of the pedal.
Yeah.
You're in charge of stopping. Whether or not you do depends on whether or not you're going to listen to your own senses or Batman.
So I kind of like the idea that we because we floored it in and we just hit like an island in the middle of the kitchen.
If Batman doesn't
Right?
avoid it.
If Batman doesn't avoid it. But I want Dharma to like pop up because he's an Irish wolfhound, so he's super tall.
Uh-huh.
And he like gets up and he's got on Zelphar's wedding hat, right?
Clearly.
He's like, oh, nothing to see here. Don't worry, it's all good. I am, of course, Zelphar.
With a teacup chihuahua in your hat.
But you have to say it in that like mangled human or not human speak.
So
People
Is this what we're doing? Is this what is happening?
Motions to the hat. Clearly everything's fine.
Okay. Darmid, roll for bad dog.
Rolling for bad dog, which is currently 4. So I got to get a 4 or lower on this. I got a 1.
That's a success. So move a point from good boy into bad dog.
All right, I'm back at 5-1. This is
I'm excited for the next episode where we actually learn more about this party, and one of the people working in the kitchen asks Zelphar why he ran into the kitchen like this.
Adding it to a list of plot points.
Uh-huh.
Why was Zelphar in the kitchen? It's going to be part of the new conspiracy theories that are
So, Darvid, you stand up and just kind of and the servants are perplexed, and one of them's like, sorry, sir. What? We're gonna go back to our work then. Okay. And the servants kind of quickly get back to their work, not wanting to offend you by being very confused of what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm Zelphar. I think, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I got a cool hat.
The hat's what made it.
The hat's what made it.
Wolf and Ella, you are chasing Mr. Mittens up the stairs to the second floor.
Yes.
What is the plan here?
We want to corner Mr. Mittens.
Exactly.
Okay.
I would like to deposit this cat that I'm currently running up the stairs with. I may, in my excitement, just let go of him or her.
Okay. You drop the white fluffy kitten, or cat, I should say, and they just drop to the ground in a heap, and you can hear from behind you as you're still running down the hallway something along the lines of, there's dog slobber all over me. And then you hear
It's
gentle
a real
thumps.
catastrophe.
It is.
catastrophe.
It is a real
Thank you.
catastrophe. Yep.
That's my one.
That's your one. And you hear the cat running back down the stairs, assumably to find a quiet corner to clean themselves. You see Mr. Mittens running down the hallway and then duck into a side room.
Oh, we're chasing after him. Let's go
Same.
straight after
Same.
this thing. Yeah.
Okay. You run into the side room and chase after Mr. Mittens, and Mr. Mittens seems to have disappeared. You find yourselves in a privy.
I look up.
What's this? You're
You
still
look-
looking up.
Up.
Yes, I look up.
Okay. You look up just in time to see Mr. Mittens jumping down, holding onto what seems to be like some sort of like a rope that's attached to the door. And you can see Mr. Mittens yanking on the rope now in the hallway, trying to pull the door shut behind you.
Oh, I'm bowling after him. Like if there's a tiny crack, my nose is going through there, and I'm running.
I'm gonna use the
Roll
shears.
Flying cat.
roll for good boy with advantage since guard dog.
I got a 1, and my good boy's a 2.
Okay, that succeeds, which means you move a good boy into bad dog.
Sweet.
Uh,
Now on a 1-5.
You, as the door is slamming shut behind you, you quickly shove your nose into the crack, and it hits into your snout, and it hurts a little bit, but you push the door open and continue going after Mr. Mittens. Mr. Mittens is like, "Arr!" and then runs back down the hallway.
Ella, is the door closed or is it still open?
The door is open.
Okay.
Wolf has successfully managed to hold the door open from slamming shut behind you.
So Ella throws the shears to the ground and begins speeding up and is going to try and pounce or like tackle Mr.
Okay.
Mittens.
Roll for good boy.
Oh, this isn't going to end well, or at least I hope it doesn't end well. I rolled a 6, so that's a failure.
Okay, so you move a point from bad dog into good boy.
I just
You
realized
pounce through the air.
if I had succeeded, I
soaring.
would have died.
Yeah. Would have been funny, though. You leap through the air, paws outstretched, Lion King style, towards this cat, and then just thump onto the ground, skidding as your claws try to find purchase on the hardwood. And Mr. Mittens runs off further down the hallway and ducks into where you know to be the master bedroom, and you hear the door slam shut behind.
I'm gonna like skid to a halt because my companion is down. I'm just gonna like skid to a halt, like just in front of them, like sorry, turn around almost. I'm looking like directly Ella in the eyes, like that was fun.
Ella just lays down and says, I failed.
No, we got lots of exercise. That's what dogs like. Dogs like exercise. Cats don't like exercise, they're very lazy. We got this one on the run. It's right, next time we come in, I'm going to be chasing that thing. It's going to be like, oh no! It knows that when you and I are in town, it has to run. It has to flee. It has to flee so hard, it has to go to the, wherever that place is.
Ella lifts up her head and looks at you and says, I like you.
I feel like we've won this day. Treats or no treats, I think you and me. And I'm going to lift one little doggy paw.
I fist bump. I paw
Yes.
bump.
You both shake. You shake. You hear the master bedroom door open slightly, and turning around, you see a big red ball. And you see it go flying down the hallway. And you hear Mr. Mittens go, chase that, you idiots. And the door slams shut again. And you see the ball doink, doink, and then start going down the stairs.
Boom! I'm off.
I'm off. Ball, 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 ball.
I found my pet animal best friend.
While that is happening, Batman and Darmud, you are in the kitchen. The servants have decided to pay you no heed.
Just wait till we turn up with a big red ball.
Yeah. All right, Batman. All right, Batman. Let's do this.
It's amazing to me. Deckard Cain, that's who we have playing this game with us.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little bit Deckard Cain. That's what I was playing him last night in Heroes.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's taken me this long. It's been bugging me. I'm like, who is it? What's his name? I know where he's from. I know he annoys the hell out of me in every goddamn game. But where that? There, that's it. That's his name. Sorry, I'm done.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So what are you two doing?
Batman. We got to get in that pantry, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think we have to actually get out of our Barbie car.
Oh no, I love the vehicle.
The Batman vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get out and just check the pantry. Is it open?
The door is closed.
Yeah, I check it. Can I dog paw it open or?
Roll for bad dog.
Oh no.
Since you're a thief, I will give you advantage.
Okay.
Aren't you 1 in 5 right now?
I am 5 bad dog and 1 good dog.
Oh no.
And I got a 4 and a 1 on my advantage roll. So
Oh, no.
Okay.
In the
Darmud.
arms of the angel.
Darmud, you very deftly hop up on your hind legs and using your 2 paws are able to turn the doorknob and swing the pantry open. And you see the trap door there. And you can see that it's partially ajar, very easy to access. And you can see just slightly poking out a big bag. And you can smell it from here, those treats, those wonderful treats.
I got a good
And then
snoofer.
you look back and you see Batman sitting there. And you think to yourself, why should I share these treats with these youngins? I've made my dues. They're mine.
It was all a ploy. These old bones couldn't have made it this far on their own.
What are you doing to betray the party, Darwood? Since you are now full-on bad dog.
I'm full bad dog. I'm so sorry.
How do you betray the party?
Does that trapdoor go anywhere?
It's just a hidden storage.
Okay. So being big, I grab the bag of treats and like toss them up onto my back with my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And now I got him on my back. And Darmid's gonna try and steal the vehicle to make his getaway.
No.
Ooh.
No. How dare you?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't want to betray you. I love Batman.
Well, being that you are full-on bad dog, I can't make you roll because you're a bad dog. You automatically succeed bad dog rolls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you hop in the vehicle, knocking Batman to the side, and then just floor it out into the
reverse on this car?
the foyer.
I go around the little island. They think, oh,
Darmid's
Zelphar's
such
doing
a
his
successful
thing again.
bad dog that Darmid makes a reverse.
Darmin
And
reverses
you go
with his
flying
feet.
out to the foyer and back through the ballroom. As this is happening, Wolf and Ella, you chase this ball down the stairs, it bounces off, and goes falling into the foyer. As you see the vehicle with Darmid on it, with a big sack on his back, go flying through the foyer and heading towards the ballroom.
I'm going with him. I'm after him. He has the treats. Like, we won. We got it. Ella. We caused enough distraction. They got the treats. Let's go.
I want to grab the ball on my way because I can't leave it behind. There's no way I can.
Roll for good boy, Ella.
That's a 4 and I have a 2, so that's another failure.
Okay, so you move a point from bad dog into good boy. So you try to do that jump into the air to grab the ball and then turn to go chase after them. However, you underestimate how high the ball is and how close the nearest wall is. And unfortunately, you snap at the air, but you miss the ball by an inch and then skid on the hardwood floor and then poof, right into the wall. And you're kind of like, throw it off from him, like, what? What happened? And you see Darmid disappear into the ballroom with Wolf chasing behind.
I run to try and catch up, or at least to keep pace behind.
Batman, what are you doing? You just got betrayed.
I know. Batman's so sad right now. So I imagine Batman takes a second to like get back up after being knocked over. And then eventually starts running after them, saying, "Wait for me, I have tiny legs!" And just eventually gets left behind in the dirt.
Oh, sorry, but there are treats in the line. Bye.
So, Wolf, since you're the only one currently that can keep up with Darmid on the arcane vehicle, I am giving you one roll before we end everything today.
Okay.
You have
wait, are we in the ballroom, right?
You're in the ballroom. Darmid is ahead of you.
I need to know what time of day it is. Are there people in here?
I would assume so. Yeah, there are probably still some servants cleaning up.
Okay, so this is post-dinner.
Post-dinner.
Okay.
Everyone else is outside in the front.
I want there to be this really like crazy ass scene where we see like the arcane vehicle with Dermot in it like going off past like the table because I want to bounce up onto the chair, onto the table, and dive onto the truck. So I'm just on his back again, like.
Roll for good boy.
Okay, so this isn't going to end well because I have 1 on good boy. Is this advantage because it's an attack? Kind of.
I will say yes.
Yes! I don't know he's gone evil, but I want those treats.
But if you succeed, then you go evil.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab the treat bag and leave. Vehicle or no vehicle. All right, here we go. That was a 6, but I have an advantage.
Uh-huh. Is that a 1? Is that a 1?
It is. I'll show you. It's a 1.
Holy
my
shit, it's
goodness.
a 1! Which means, oh my God. All right. Here's what happens. Woof, you see Darmid making off with the treats, flying through this ballroom. You see a table and a chair perfectly lined up for you. You worked out the math in your head. You run, bound off the chair onto the table and leap into the air. Darmid, you're so sure that you got away with the treats. You're ready. You got them. You can make off and have all the treats and you're going to have the best day ever. And then Wolf comes flying through the air, crashes into the vehicle and Darmid, knocking you both over. And you grab the bag of treats in your mouth, Wolf, as it flies into the air slow motion. You snap it up and bolt out into the hallway, running out the back door. And we see, as the camera pans away, we see this German Shepherd with a bag of treats in their mouth as they make their way running away.
I have a question. Does that make me feel bad? No.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
You are
okay, cool.
a full-blown bad dog now. You flee the compound and run out into the wilds with your bag of treats.
Can I just bump into the half-elf butler as I'm going?
You just
Sure.
We've got to have them a beer.
the same butler that you was knocked over before gets knocked over again with the tray of stuff.
Yeah, they were bringing the food out to the compost heap, and you just bolt by them as they're like tossing this food on.
And they fall into the compost heap.
Yes.
I feel kind of bad that I also went full bad dog, but in the end, this is way funnier.
It makes for the best story.
This is way funnier.
And that is where we end tonight, with Wolf betraying the party and making off with the treats.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Batman.
Poor Batman.
Poor Ella got her fur cut.
I feel bad. I wanted
don't.
to share the treats with Ella.
Bad
I need
ending.
BFF.
V, I don't know how you want me to sign this off or anything.
Oh, I don't know. Someone, you can do an outro. You've got it. It'll be fine. Just, yeah.
I'll do the outro at a later point.
I'd say, how about this? Thank you very much, Arch. That was
Thank you.
awesome.
This was so much fun.
That was Grace.
We now
That was-
know that any side story involving animals is the best thing.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my goodness.
Hey there, guys. Arch here. I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you for listening. I know this was very different from what we normally do here on TLD. Basically, what had happened is I approached Volonda and said, hey, I have an idea for a really stupid game where I take the Honey Heist rule set, which you can find online just by searching Honey Heist, or checking out Critical Role actually did a thing of Honey Heist, which is where I got the inspiration from. Taking the Honey Heist rule set, changing it to work for dogs, and having people play that. But the thing is I wanted to do it as part of the podcast, and I wanted to include guests from other stuff. Volonda said, that's insane. That sounds ridiculous. I love it. Let's do it. And let's make it canonical to the TLD world. So just to clarify, this is canonical in the TLD universe. It was a ton of fun for me to run. The peeps that played were all amazing. I will talk about them in a second. And I really hope that you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed DMing it, I think it's called, I guess it would still be DM because I'm the dog master instead of the bear master or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, in regards to the guest players that we had, if you would like to check them out, Russ and Sam, you can find on Twitter at PrismPalsDM or at Sam R.O. Miller. If you want another D&D podcast to check out, they're part of the Prism Pals podcast, and I love those guys to bits. They are all wonderful people. It's a all LGBTQ plus podcast. They are family friendly, and it is just a wonderful thing that they've done, and I love all of them to pieces. As for Lauren is the dungeon master or game master, for Nerds on a Roll, which you may or may not be aware of because they are a part of the Spark network. You can check out Lauren specifically on Twitter at DM_LSP. And you can check out Nerds on a Roll, the podcast he runs, at Nerds on a Roll. Other than that, I want to say again, thank you everybody for listening. It really means a lot. I hope you all go easy on me if there were any points where I made whoopsies or whatnot. Have a happy new year. I believe this episode has released on New Year's Eve. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves. And from all of us at TLD Pod, we will see you all in 2019. And until next time, farewell.
This is Outpost Freestead. I'm reaching out for Seizure Group and possible rescue services. The storm has stranded us here for over a week. Anyone, please respond.
One of the companies I work for needs me to go on a trip. Apparently they received a signal from one of their outposts.
And the noise, the scratching from last night.
There are marks, scores on the bunker.
What kind of marks?
Big ones, like a bear, deep into the concrete.
It's not bear.
And I'm afraid it's here too.
During these storms, travel is not advised. The White Vault.